of Endless Frontier. I hope you guys are feeling fantastic today. I know that I am feeling fantastic today, and I'm glad that you're able to join me. So, folks, it's been a while since we've been inside of this Minecraft world. Let's kind of take a look at some stuff that I've got going on. I've been kind of prepping to fully leave this place. This is the starter base that I had going. You know, we've got some machines set up over here. It's a lot of the stuff that we did before we had a world crash. So there's not really too much over here I need to show you, truly, honestly. I've been gathering some materials, though, because some of this is going to be the next tier of seed that we're going to make. I'm up to the tier 4 seeds in terms of getting the mystical crops all done. But let's head over to, well, let's look at the cloud base first. So, in a stream that I did where I was having a lot of problems, I was showing off the building process for this potential base, which I still really like the idea of. I was going for a cloud type base, but I did the infinite fog trick, which looks amazing here in the middle. But as soon as you start looking at the outside edges, it really becomes quite clear that it is glass. And I tried all kinds of stuff here on the side. You know, I put in different kinds of blocks. I tried to make it look like it was more of a cloud because, you know, from the sides you can totally tell what's going on and it doesn't look that great at all. But, you know, up here it looks fantastic. And so I was really, you know, excited to maybe try to make a base out of this. It just didn't come together. It's unfortunate, but it's true. So I went with the tropical base idea, which is one that I showed off in... Ooh, come on. I showed off both of these bases and then kind of asked an opinion from the audience that was there for those broken streams. And the comments were kind of in favor of the cloud base, but I'm sorry guys, I couldn't really make it work. And so I came out here to this other base, and I have done some more work here. You can see I've got a few more buildings set up over there. That's what the Ender entrance looks like. When I originally built this before I had my world crash, I put it underground because, like I said, I don't think it looks very good. And, yeah, I mean, it looks representative of what it's supposed to be. I can't exactly say that, like, the creator of the mod didn't do a good job because, I mean, it's supposed to be an Ender egg type inspired build. And, I mean, like, inside, it looks fantastic. They have this type of block on the outside, which is called a phasic block, which when you right-click opens, has such a cool thing. And then it's also got these blocks, which I can't remember what they're called, but there is actually like a unnamed invisible type block here, which is what I'm walking on. Then, of course, you put the Eyes of Ender in, just like you would in a normal Ender portal, and that's how you get to the end. But I also did the warehouse back up, and I did make some changes to it. I kind of normalized the glass to where it's just standard clear glass, since that's what I already had going throughout my builds. And then I also replaced all of the lighting with sea lanterns instead of glowstone. I just think it looks better. I like it more. So that's that done. And then over here, I installed our nether portal, which again, same mod. This is from Prefab. Look at how cool this is. That is very representative of some kind of big monster skull, like a dinosaur type thing. You know, you could say it's a crocodile or an alligator. I'm not sure which one has the broader, flatter mouth and the shorter snoot. But yeah, it looks amazing. And then there's a big activated portal inside of it. And then behind it, you can kind of vaguely see that there's some glowstone and some lava, which there's red glass here. So you can't go forward through the portal, or I would just do that to show you. But yeah, so this is going to be my primary entrance to the nether. And then in the warehouse here, which is, I'm basically doing what I was doing before just here. I've got several of the mystic crops growing inside of these pots for now. I've been using up all of the essence I've got to try to make some of the higher tier crops. But you can see I let it run for a little while, so everything that I had at the beginning is quite full, right? That's the Oh, the prismarine essence. And then I can't remember what's in here. Obsidian, redstone, nether quartz, and glowstone. Then over here is where I've got my metals going. So all of the lower tier metals, like silicon, coal, yada yada yada. You do have to plant the metals on their native tier of seed. So if it's tier 3 seed, you need to have the tertium farmland. Tier 2's got to have the prudentium. And then the tier 1, which is these, can have that inferium farmland. Yeah, no, I like the way that the red glass tints it too. On the actual inferium crops, the ones that produce the essence raw, it's best to have the highest tier farmland that you can have, which is why I've got the supremium farmland inside of here. But as you can see, we are just totally out of essence for right now. So we're having to put tier 4 crops on a pause for a minute until I can figure out what to do about that. I'm going to mess with my volume settings real quick. I'm going to turn the music back on, and I think that's ambient environment. I'm going to drop that down a little bit because it's kind of loud, I think. Hopefully. Nice. And then here, inside of here, this is a little bit different too. We'll get to all this in a second, don't you worry. There was 2 colors of carpet here, but I changed it out to where there was just the cyan, and I kind of moved the back wall around a little bit, changed up where the paintings were, and also placed some more lanterns just to keep this place a lot more illuminated. I installed the Apotheosis enchanting shelves back here and started looking at what we can do to improve them, but I haven't got around to it yet just because I haven't needed to. Our tools and armor are fantastic. Like, we can make them better. I just don't need to. And then here's where I've got a thing kind of set up for some Minecraft villagers, but villager breeding was a pain the first time that I did it, and I'm not super looking forward to getting back into that, so I might just not. I might just deal with not having access to some of those vanilla enchants. And then I made this the room where we're making the higher tier seeds for mystical agriculture. It's just like a little side room. It was the perfect size for me to have the pillars just here in the middle. And we got a nice little pet ocelot that just kind of roams around the room with/for us. I had to kill several of the mutated beasts to get here, which is why I have these pedestals set up. The skeletons, you can actually make them into a type of armor that you can wear. Which is what you see here. That's why I've got it on an armor stand so that it can just hang out in the base. I've killed more than 2 of them for sure, but I just only put up 2 of them. This is the hammer that you get from killing the zombie ultra beast or whatever whatever that mod's called. The creeper one drops like a little creeper egg, but I haven't figured out what I'm supposed to do with the egg yet. So if you know, feel free to shoot me and, comment there, but if you don't, then I'll figure it out eventually. And then I've just got some alchemical chests kind of sorting some stuff that we've got going here. I've killed a lot of endermen. Like a lot of them. But over here, we're going to talk about this, right? So these are mob farms from the tiny mob farm, tiny mob farm. Basically, you fill these with a captured mob, and then it gives you drops and stuff. So, like, all this stuff up here, these are lassos that are filled with mobs. Right now, I think they're all filled with ghast. These are different ones, right? This is a ghast and a wither skeleton. All these are filled with ghast. This, in the second highest tier, the Inferno mob farm, which the recipes for them, right, I could show you. So for the basic one, if I hold shift over it, you can see it can't farm hostile mobs. It generates loot every 50 seconds, and every time that it does generate loot, it has a 66% chance to lose 3 durability, 33% chance to lose 2 durability. Each of the lassos has 256 durability. It's right there. I didn't even hit shift at all. So you can see that generates stuff really slowly, But, I mean, this is the recipe, so that's not too bad. I mean, as soon as you raid a village or you've got a kind of cow farm going and you've killed a few monsters, you can do this no problem. So this could get you a lot of those types of drops, since it can only do non-hostile mobs like cows, chickens, pigs, that kind of thing. The second one also can't farm hostile mobs, but you can see it generates loot faster, and it has different percentage chances to lose durability, including that you could only lose one. Again, recipe for this, still not too bad. You just have to have a diamond pick so that you can mine obsidian. So basically, as soon as you're getting to the nether, you can kind of get into this. So that could be, day one on your server if you're really industrious. The iron mob farms are the first ones that are able to hold hostile mobs. You can see it has a 50-50 on losing one or two. It generates loot every 30 seconds. This one you have to have gone to the nether because you have to have blaze rods. So you're going to have to wander in there for a little bit, and you got to have full iron blocks to make it. Along with 2 of the previous tier, which requires 2 of the previous tier. That's the same across all of them. So this requires just, it's normal. This is 2 of the previous one, 2 of the previous one, 2 of the previous one, etc., so on and so forth. And fortunately for this pack, most of them have an EMC value. Unfortunately, the last one does not. We'll get to that in a second when we talk about the crafting recipe for it. But basically, how this works is you take a lasso and you put it inside of there, and then it generates loot for you. So this is what I've gotten from some wither skeletons. This is what I got from like a more extended ghast run. And then, I mean, you can do anything inside these, right? So, I mean, like, I've got a ghast in these, but you could do anything except for bosses. Boss mobs you can't use in these. So this is not your way to kill your wither or to get more ender dragon drops, anything like that. You still have to kill those manually versus these. These won't, you just can't capture them in the lasso. The process for capturing the lasso is straightforward. Like, you just go out with a lasso. Let's actually get one, because I think I might be able to capture something that would be interesting, right? So let's take this ghast one, and we'll pop it real quick. You just right-click to capture the mob. You also right-click to release the mob. So we'll kill that ghast. And then we'll take this lasso, and let's see if we can get something interesting over here. Now, this is a plague doctor. Can I capture them? No, I cannot. I don't think. Man. Oh, man. Some of the enchantments I have in my armor are sort of annoying to deal with, honestly. So it seems like I can't. Unless if I get, like, right out of their space. No. No. Okay. That's not what I wanted to capture anyways. What I really want to capture is one of their rats, if I can. If there is a rat around here, it kind of looks like there is, a neutral mob, but that was the fish. Okay. Once one of those plague doctors shows up, I'm going to try to capture one of its rats, and we'll see if we can put it in there, because I'm kind of curious about it. But, I mean, it does work even with the drops that are not normal Minecraft drops. Like, for instance, if we capture this pig real quick, and then we was to come in here and put it inside of this ultimate mob farm, see, these move very quickly. It's going to give us pork chops, because pork chops are their most common thing, right? But pigs also have a chance to drop some other things, like sinew, I think is a thing from the Silent Gems mods. And there is other ones along those lines, so you can get just anything that you can capture, you can put in like this. The ultimate one is the only one that has no durability loss, guaranteed. So you have to get up here if you want to just have one lasso produce you everything forever. But just real quick run through. This is the gold one. This is the diamond one. This is the emerald one. So you can see we've gotten to nether stars. That's why there's a big jump from the gold one to the emerald one. It's 315,000 versus 1,486,000. So that's over a million increase. The inferno one requires 1 nether star and dragon's breath. So you have to have fought the, end dragon to be able to get to this tier. And then the ultimate one requires shulker boxes, dragon breath, and elytra, which that's the reason it doesn't have an EMC value, because elytras don't have an EMC value. So unfortunately, any of these that we're going to make, we have to craft by hand. So I had to do some in-busting to get the 3 of them that we have. in addition to the one that made me my angel ring. But yeah, so that is kind of what I've been up to. I just wanted to get a lot of that knocked out, so that way I would have a lot of that stuff to work with, because that's kind of what's been building my EMC value inside of my table, which I don't know if you noticed, but I did make the tablet form, so now we can do it in our inventories instead of having to lay something on the ground. But for my money, if you're going to use these to build EMC, the ghast is probably the best shot, right? Because they drop ghast tiers, which are 4,000 EMC. I don't really think that there is another monster inside of the game that drops anything that has a similar EMC value. Because, like, wither skeletons are really sought after, but they don't drop anything special. They drop garbage. Blazes are also pretty high up there, but I think blaze rods are only like 500 or 1,000. They're still not at that level that those ghast tiers are at. And I mean, like, if it, especially in these ones, which drop every 0.5 seconds, if you were able to get one of those set up with a ghast, you would have a pretty reliable EMC farm. Which, why am I even worried about that, right? We've talked about EMC before. There's plenty of ways to get it. There's plenty of old ways to get it. Unfortunately, in this version of Project E, for anybody that's familiar with it, you might notice there's a block missing here that hasn't been updated to this version of Minecraft yet, and that's the power collection stuff. Like, I don't have anything that just passively generates me EMC that I have known about from previous versions of the mod. So all of the EMC that I'm getting, I'm having to get by actually putting stuff into energy condensers or directly into the table itself. I can't just passively generate EMC off of light, which is the classic method of doing this. So I just have to do it manually, which is why I need stuff like this that will passively generate me EMC. That's why I have an energy condenser underneath one of these hopping bonsai pots. I wouldn't do something this rudimentary if I had something better available to me. I just don't. Now, the unfortunate thing here is that a lot of the ways that you could like automatically dump EMC into the table don't work with these, because these generate the monster drops that don't have an EMC value. And so over time, these would not be able to place the EMC valued items inside of any of the tables or energy condenser cabinets, because the hoppers and anything else that you would put underneath this would get clogged up with this other stuff. However, there are ways. There are ways that you can do piping to get stuff in there automatically, and we're going to investigate a couple of those today and see if we can get them done. However, first things first, what I want to do is get myself another alchemical chest. Now I'm just going to pull it out, and I'll plop it down right over here, away from everything. And all this stuff that's going to be my tier 4 type things, I am going to put in there until such time as I can generate enough essence to actually make that happen. I'm going to go ahead and put this string and this gunpowder in here just to add a little bit to the Eternalis fuel generation that I've got going on. So, first things first, and this is the one that I'm hoping just works, right? We have got the cyclic, there's these cables, right? Energy, item, and fluid cables. And I'm kind of hoping that if we make this cable wrench, we might be able to customize these and set some kind of a filter. In fact, is there just... No, that's a building scepter with fill. So there isn't like a filter item, but maybe with this cable wrench, we would be able to customize stuff like that. So we need a heavy weighted pressure plate, 2 redstone, 2 sticks. Let's pull back out our table here. Pull out our 2 redstone. Get some sticks. And then have I already made head? No, I have not. Okay, so we'll need some iron. Which I've made a lot of stuff out of iron. That's for sure. Boop. Put that. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Cable wrench. Alright. Let's go ahead and dunk that in there, even though we probably don't need to. And then we'll pull out some of the item cable. Alright. So let's pop that bad boy there. And then do that. And what's happening right now? Nothing? Nothing. Nothing's happening. Okay, so if I was to look at this, it's currently in extract mode. So, like, do I have to do that? Yeah. That pulled stuff out. That made a lot more Eternalist fuel. But then I'm guessing it hit something that it couldn't take. Like, it hit one of the ones that can't go in. So how do I change the settings on this? Do I have to, like, shift and rotate? Shift right click. Put it in here? How do I get to the other modes? Is there a control for it? Let's cycle to next target, previous target. That's RF tools though. Mr. Crayfish's vehicle mod. Change mode. That's Project E. Alright, well, let's get out of this. And let's just kind of scroll down and see if Cyclic has Curios, Dank Storage. It might be even lower. Wayla, JI, Project E. No, okay. Well. All I can do is that. And then maybe if I break it, I get the 64 gunpowder. And then I got the 64 catalyzing gland. So yeah, absolutely. What it tried to do is it tried to extract the catalyzing gland, and then it couldn't, and so then it had to just freeze up. So basically, in each item cable space, we can store one item, I guess, is what it turns out to. So that's why there were 2 items in the cable space, because there was 2 items. Okay, so let's look at some other options. I know there is a bunch of them inside this pack. I'm just going to have to investigate. Again, one of the reasons I wanted to play it, I'm going to have to investigate some mods that I've never played with before. So, lots of different things that are titled item. I think we're going to go back to cable and take a look here. Energy cables from Flux. That's a power mod. Copper cables, Industrial Reborn. Mechanism cables, I'm pretty sure those can be filtered. Power cables. Refined storage. Honestly, that's probably one of the better options, is just to use the stuff from refined storage or XNet. I know XNet is highly customizable. I've just personally never played with it, so I don't know how it works, basically. But I do like that I'm seeing that there are facades in XNet. That's already kind of getting a bonus from me. So I think, yeah, number 1, let's go through and get... let's get... We'll go ahead and dump that in there and put this back in here for now. Let's move all these down and then let it do its business, and we'll go ahead and clean it out. I think I actually have some of those in my backpack too. Item cable. And then extract. Yeah, look at that. Fantastic. And it tried to take the first 2 and then paused. That's what went wrong with it. As soon as it hits something that it can't handle, it just stops. Okay. So let's go through the process of getting like a refined storage thing set up, and then we can just say which items need to go to which places. So we could build up a collection of any of these mob drops, store them inside of some storage drawers, which I know is in here, and then go ahead and just dump them into energy condensers that are producing things. Which right now it's got a lot of EMC inside of it. That's faux show. 9 million. Or is that just the value of them? Yeah, they just are 9 million. Never mind. It's still got a lot of stuff in it, though. This will add a hefty amount to our EMC. 220 right now. 224. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. And then let's store these lassos in here just so they're also out of my inventory. And also, go deal with an annoying pest. So I don't know about you guys, but I hate hearing that guy just bumble and mumble all day long. Alright. Good. Okay, so refined storage. I went through this in one of my previous videos, so I really don't think that I need to super go over it again. So I'm just going to try to kind of blast through this as quickly as I can, right? So what I need first, I'm going to need a controller, but before that even, I need to get all of the paste and silicon and stuff. Processor binding, slime and string. Slime. String. Alright. And they've got EMC value, which is good, because they can be learned. Get rid of that leather, too. Okay, so we got that. Now we need these. So that's iron, redstone, silicon. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I've already done silicon. Because I had to for one of the earlier tier seeds. And then this is what's used for all of them, right? Yeah, that and then the binding. Yeah. Okay. And then let's go ahead and get out the gold. And the diamond. And then we'll do that, and then that. And that gets us that. Put that back out, get that. Pull that back out, get that. And then honestly, 2 of them, right? Because we need to teach it the raw thing and then also the cooked version after we cook it. So, boop, boop, boop. And then we cook it just in a smelter of any kind. So, yeah, let's head back over to our starter base. I still haven't moved the machines over here. Of all the things that I've just totally left over here, I left the machines over here. Alright. Tropical base. Of course, one of the reasons is because I'm waiting to build up like an actual machine room. Delicious coffee. Okay, so then we'll teach that to our network as well. You guys can just go back in there, honestly. Boop. Okay, so now it's learned all those. Now it needs to learn the construction, these ones. So I need glowstone and nether quartz. Goal. Nether quartz. I do like the way the nether quartz got updated. That is a really nice look, I think. Okay, and between that should really cover everything. So now, if we just get those, we'll just grab out just a ton of them, right? For now, and then we'll put them back up if we don't need them. So then we're looking at stuff like a controller, quartz enriched iron, machine casing, quartz enriched iron. Which, what is that again? 3 iron and a quartz. Done deal. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Oh, I gotta do it like that? No, I gotta do it like that? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So now I got that. And then, what was the rest of the casing? It was any stone. Well, compressed stone obviously wouldn't be the thing we're looking for here. Let's turn that up a little bit, honestly. I want to hear some of that music. I've kind of gained an appreciation here just a little bit for like the normal Minecraft music. Especially doing the Starbound stream, I realized that like just the in-done music is very chill. And we'll boost our volume up to 10 maybe? Yeah. Okay, so then we need more silicon. And that should be the only thing that we're lacking for being able to get this controller. Oh no, I actually do have to make the machine kit. Did I put... Oh, right. I taught it to the thing, so that way I would be able to do more of them. Alright, so we got our controller back. We'll need a disk drive, obviously, so let's get out a chest. We'll teach it that as well. And then we're going to need a crafting grid, which is going to be a normal grid. So what am I missing here on making that happen? Just so I can go get it. I know that I'm going to be missing, like, the glass. Anything else? Nope, just glass? Alright. Grid. And then the crafting one, I need a crafting table, obviously. Was it one of those? One of those? There we go. Should I teach it the grid? I feel like I should. Just in case. I think that's used for some other recipes. Okay. There we go. Crafting grid. And then we just need like a basic storage thing so that we can route this stuff around, because I'm not even really worried about making the like an actual system just yet. So I just need something super basic. So we're just gonna do like a 1K ATM. And I think I might just have the other than redstone, of course. Wait, what am I doing? Only grabbing one. Haha, that's not how we roll anymore. Okay. Boom. 1K. No, not QK. 1K. I mean, we'll just go ahead. Whatever. What's the 4K? 1, 2, 3. 4, so I have one to kick back into the system, right? I'm gonna go ahead and boot those back in, and then I'll accept that I'll need to make like a lot more of them too, right? So we'll go ahead and grab that, and then get the 16K storage part, and then keep out. Whatever. We're just going to draw them back out. It doesn't matter. And then 64 part. Yeah, I should have that as well. No problem. Boom. 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 And then to actually turn it into a disc, I need one of these, which again, I think I have the materials just there for it, right? Chuck. 64K storage disk. Blank variety. Do I need to teach the network the storage housing? I mean, I might as well. It doesn't really matter. Okay. I was like, why not? Why not just go ahead and do this? It doesn't matter. Okay, so now we need to place And I already have plans for everything in here, so this is really not going to be the place for it. I think we're going to end up using the top area of this for our machine room. Because I don't really think that there's enough seeds, really. I mean, it'll cover most of this, but I also have this whole downstairs area. There's some of that gorgeous green water, right, that I was telling you about when I was first coming out here. We've also got this whole downstairs area here that we could use for more seeds, crops type stuff. So I think that we have plenty of room just inside this one building. We could actually take the upstairs and make this like our machine / storage room. What do you guys think? I'm thinking so. We'll put the main storage thing right here against the back wall, so that way it's like, oh, we come up and we're like, oh, right there. Yep. I think this is going to be our best bet. So let's go ahead and I think we'll do it. We're going to do it one block out because I want to preserve the lighting. I don't want to put that under blocks. Even though there's lots of lighting inside the ceiling too. We're also going to need some cabling type stuff, so we might need the real problem, of course, as is ever going to be the place with these, is that you need, I feel like it looks best when it's on an uneven number of blocks. I like having a true center that's not 2 blocks wide. So you know what? Nah, we don't need to do this. Let me show you something else. Let's go into my bag and pull out this. So, this is also from the prefab mod. You can see there it's called structure part. If I was to do this, that would be the recipe for it. So you can see cobblestone, compressed stone, and then double compressed stone. So it's really not that expensive. It has a limited number of uses. I want to say it's like 10 that you can use it for. However, again, as with all of them, it's durability based. So if you have one of these repair talismans from Project E, it'll restore the durability to them as it's lost. So let's grab us a good spot here. Let's take a look around. And I'm thinking over here. This is looking like the best spot to me. Maybe we're going to put down a structure. And we're going to do it kind of piecemeal. Or we could use the villager houses, also from this mod, or we could get something. I'm getting distracted. So okay, not building something right now. Let's not get too distracted. Right now it's just gonna look bad, but I will figure out a way to make it look less bad. So we've got our controller. We'll put here. And then our disk drive and our crafting grid. And then we need one of our entangler porters. Attached to the controller. Set to that network so it's pushing out energy. And then if I go to the energy tab, I can turn eject on. And then, oh yeah, also set it all to output. There we go. Now we've got this going on. And we'll pop in this 64K storage disk. Boom, we have refined storage all super set up again. Yay. And then, what we need to truly get this underway, the way that I was thinking, is we're going to need one of those energy condensers, and then we're going to need it to dump into here. So, let's look at the import-export stuff here, because that's really what we're going to need. So, we will need external storage, importer, exporter. Those are the things that we actually need. So, what are the recipes for them? If I could get my controls back under here. So, cabling, which we haven't made yet, and then destruction cores. Is cabling all that we're lacking? Because we could make that real quick with just some more quartz iron. I used all of it getting getting up there to that top 64K storage dealy boober. Cable, yep. And then we'll go ahead and we'll make, we need chests for that one, for the external storage, and then we need destruction and improved, and then construction and improved, which I think, yeah, we still have 2 of those, so we can actually get this with just 2 chests, and then we'll be able to pull these out because they have EMC values. So let's get an external storage, and then an importer, and an exporter. Oh no, I need one more of those. So close. Processor. I should just grab a stack. Why not? I'm already there. Okay. Exporter. Good, good, good. And then we'll dump all of this into here. And then, boom. We have got ourselves those 3 main components all set up. Now let's grab out an energy condenser. We'll go ahead and grab the Eternalist fuel. Is that what we still want to go for? Or do we even need to do that? Okay, so this is going to be like a super live test, right? Because I haven't actually tested any of this out myself. I just kind of hope that it works this way. So yay, super live content. And then we'll need one of those mob farms. Which I don't have any extra elytras right now, so I have to go steal one of the ones that I already have. Come on. Okay, so we're going to use this as an intermediary for storing stuff. That's actually my goal for this. Everything else is just going to be kind of a transfer function off of this. That's what we're going for right now. So let's make up... Oh no, I need that E there. Storage drawers. That's actually what I'm trying to get here. So the oak ones are sort of the normal one. That's what you make with EMC. I'm pretty sure, because I don't think... I think that if you put those in there, they will just come out as oak ones. So we'll just do that. Let's grab out some chests and some oak wood planks. And this is, once again, this is totally something that we're just doing to try it out, right? So this isn't going to be permanent because it's going to be hideous. And I don't want anybody thinking that I'm really going to leave it. Oak drawers. But I need it for now. So then let's put, in each of the ghast ones, there were the catalyzing glands, the gunpowder, and the gas tiers. Those were the 3 things that it dropped. So we'll need 3 of them. And then we'll need the key to lock it. Ooh, give me that back. Let's get out gold, gold nugget, and then sticks. Gold nugget. Let's make one of these. And then one of these. Okay. And then we need to go get some of those catalyzing glands because they're not actually an EMC-able item. That. And some gas tiers and gunpowder since it's conveniently located here. I need to put some of those pressure plates on this one, so that way I don't have to close it manually every time. Okay, so gas tiers, catalyzing glands, and gunpowder. And then we have to lock those so that they can't be anything else. That's all that we're allowed to have inside of those drawers. And then we need to set up the mob farm. So we'll get this. Not that one. We just need one of the chests. chemical chest. Convenient. And we'll do it... Again, this is super temporary. Like, I'm staring at it, like, trying to figure out how to make it not look ugly, and there's just no way to do that right now. It's just gonna look ugly. Because this is us testing stuff out, right? Which I really think that this is gonna work, so I don't think we'll have to redo it here. Then I'm gonna need the lasso with a ghast. Perf. Now I'm going to see if I can make some of those phasic blocks, because honestly those are way cooler. Okay, put the ghast in here. Now the one problem I will say about these ultimate mob farms is that they will absolutely, if the inventory underneath them is full, they will continue to spit stuff out. So you have to be like pretty Johnny on the spot about getting that taken care of. But that should set that up nicely. And then we will need external storage, and then we'll need an importer, and then we'll need, we actually need a drawer controller too to make this super easy on ourselves. So comparators and diamonds and stone. Have I never made a comparator? Really? I mean, admittedly, I don't do very many things. I'll also dump all of this back in there for now. I don't do very many things with vanilla Minecraft stuff, but I'm surprised that I haven't made a comparator. Huh. Oh. Live and learn, I guess. So, comparator, redstone, torch, quartz, stone, right? Yeah, it's the standard recipe. Nothing about that changed. I also haven't taught the system torches of the redstone variety, so we'll have to fix that too. And quartz. Alright, the torches first. I'll need 3. I'm going to do a 4th one so I can teach it to the system. And then 1 quartz, 3 stone. Boop, boop, boop. Comparator. Teach it that and that. 2 of those. What else is needed? A diamond. A diamond. A diamond? It was really far down apparently. Alright, drawer controller. Should be able to make it now. Very fine. Same thing, let's teach that in there. Okay. This is just to make it like super easy on ourselves with interacting with these storage drawers. So we'll put that down there. We'll put the external storage on that, and then we'll set the priority to like 100. Which is going to be like the only thing that's involved in it, so I probably don't need to do 100, but I'm going to anyways. And then we'll need an importer right there. And I don't have to do anything with its priority, I don't think. So then I just need some cabling. If I do that, that's not going to go ahead and start emptying, right? Yeah, because it doesn't know, it's not connected to the system yet, has no power, basically. But if I do that, then we're going to start seeing these numbers go up, right? Because it's going to draw stuff out of here slowly, very slowly. But yeah, we can see that the numbers are going up, but it's not commensurate with what's in here, so it is only reading these, because that's what the external storage does. Basically, this block here, this connector block, makes it read from this that this is an inventory that the system can interact with. And so by looking at just this block, because the controller reads all the other blocks, you're able to see everything that you would connect up to this storage drawer network. And so that's what the system is referencing right here. It's seeing, because we've connected it through cables, that this inventory has this items in it. And then we can also speed this up. Like, there's also, like, speed upgrades and stuff. We can make this go way faster. So, basically, all we have to do is outpace the natural generation rate, which we're currently not doing, it looks like. But that's okay, because we can. We'll just have to build something else. But yeah, so now that we've got this done, now what's the next step that we need to get done? Do you guys know? You just know right off the top of your head? I bet you do. You are smart folks. We need to then have this transmutation, or this energy condenser Mark II. Well, no, not this. No, we're going to try to do the table directly, because that's actually the first thing that I'd like to try. We'll put it 2 away just in case we have to do some weird block stuff. So right now you can see my internal EMC is 214 million. I'd like to just automatically drop this and this in there. So if we come over here to our transmutation tablet and we pull out an exporter and then attach it to the table, that thunder was really ominous. I don't like that happened as soon as I put that down. and then we tell it that we want it to export these 2 items. It should, unless we put like a reserve on it, it should automatically do it. Like, we shouldn't need to do anything else other than connecting it up with cables if this works. So we put down cable there, cable there, cable there. Nothing's happening. 214 million, same thing. Okay, so let's change that out, and we'll put in this energy condenser. Now it's working. That is putting stuff into it. So we'll still have to then go through the process of manually doing it, but we can set this here to an arbitrarily high item, right? So, like, for instance, we could totally be like, yeah, just, you're making nether stars now. That's your goal in life, is to just make me nether stars. And then as it gets the requisite amount of stuff, it'll dump us a nether star. And I mean, we could do this with any of the super high level stuff, like dark matter, red matter. These are the super duper high stuff in terms of what Project E has available, the Klein stars, you know, all of that. We can have it do any of those, but nether stars is kind of a good middle ground. Sweet coffee. Sorry, I'm still feeling it a bit from that strike of lightning. But yeah, so there you go. You can see it's produced us 1 nether star. So all we need to do then is outpace how fast this thing is on storage. And we have to set this up so that when it's full, it won't just start dumping items into our network here, because we definitely don't want that to happen either. So let's go back to refined storage, and I'll show you. This is my great plan. This is how I do roughly everything inside this. Is I have storage drawers that store stuff, and then I use the refined storage cables to manipulate stuff. So what we need here is we need stack upgrade, and we also need speed upgrade. Those are the things that we're going to need out of this. So we need to make a storage housing, which is made from these materials, which I think we already have on us, honestly. No, we need more glass. Okay, well, that is no problem. Boop, all the glass. All the glass. Let's get our upgrade template type thing. And we'll go ahead and teach that to the network, even though, I mean, once we've made one of each of the upgrades, that's actually kind of a hollow thing. But we can tell it to forget it later. That's not a big deal. We'll go ahead and grab out 3 of them. And then what do we need for the speed? Quartz, enriched iron, and sugar. I'm pretty sure I've already taught it sugar, but if not, yeah, sugar cane's there. And then we'll make one of them. Speed. There we go. We'll teach it that. We'll teach it sugar too. And then I went ahead and taught it that because we need these to make the other one. The stack upgrade is actually 3 of those with some more sugar. How did I forget that part? stack upgrade. Boom. And we'll put that and this stuff. Hopefully I don't need to reference that again. Hopefully. Okay. And then stack, we will take 1. And then speed, we will take 1, 2, 3. Each one of these connector blocks, like the importers, exporters, and the external storages, those can have upgrade slots. That's what these 4 things on the side here are. So if we put like a, we can see what it's doing right now, right? Just one item at a time, wherever it's at in the chest. If we go ahead and put a stack upgrade in there, now it's moving a stack at a time. And you can see right there, we're already keeping up with the demand that this thing has. Like, it can't produce items faster than this will be able to pull it out, because it's just not doing it any faster than that. And you can see that in our network, we now have access to, 1,000 gunpowder, almost 500 gas tiers, a little over 200 catalyzing glands, because that's what's being stored in the chest right now. So with that, we've already solved that problem, and it's going to slowly pour these things in here over time. Boom, we've made 6 so far in just like the 5 minutes we've been doing this. So then, let's bounce back over to storage drawers. These also have upgrades. Now, for the gas tiers and the gunpowder, we don't need to upgrade these drawers, because we're just going to assume that it's going to be able to go in here in a fast enough pace that it's never going to overwhelm this, especially if we do that same thing that we just did, right? So if we were to go into our thing, pull out a stack upgrade, and then put it inside of this exporter, it's going to dump in a stack at a time. So you can see we're mega keeping up. 21 nether stars so far. So if we look in the network now, yeah, we're running completely out of those materials. That's why you want stuff like this that produces you things to be a closed loop, as much of a closed loop as you can. We wouldn't want this attached to our greater storage network unless we knew for a fact that we would never have a use for gas tiers and never have a use for gunpowder, because we would be constantly running the system out of these, which right now I'm okay with, but later on I might not. So that's why you want to make smaller systems that do stuff like this and maybe not attach it to your big network. There are other ways around that. Like, you could set it to where it'll only craft so many nether stars before it stops doing the process. But that's not something we're going to worry about right now, because I don't need to. Like, this is good enough for me as it is right now. But catalyzing glands, these are not going anywhere. They're going to fill stuff up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use one of those upgrade templates that we made earlier to make a void upgrade. Where's it at? There it is. So we need one of those and some obsidian. Let's go ahead and get those materials out. We need just like 8 of it, but whatever. Get one of these upgrade templates that we made and teach it, I think, and the templates. I don't know if we've done that yet. And then we'll pull this out, and what this does is what it says directly on the description there. It destroys excess items. So if something would be placed inside of this drawer that is in excess of what the drawer can hold, it'll just automatically void it. Boom. And then if we shift and right click, we can see what upgrades we've installed, and we can see that we have that void upgrade installed. Now, I know that catalyzing glands are something that can be used, and I don't really see the need for us to hold back at all at this point, right? So let's just go ahead and make one of these max level storage upgrades. You can see that it increases storage by 32 times the base value. I want to say the base value of these is 64 stacks of items, but I'm not 100% sure that that's the correct number. 2 emeralds, some sticks, and an upgrade template. Emeraldo. And elastic. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, there we go. And then we'll teach it to the network. And then, is it not called that? It's actually called like upgrade tier 5 or something stupid. Okay, so this boom. So whatever the normal storage is, let's say it is 64. 64 times 32 stacks of items. That's what it can store right now. But you might have noticed earlier when we were in here, there's more than one upgrade slot, and these apply multiplicatively. So if we just go boop, 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 it'll tell us the drawer cannot accept any more upgrades down there on the bottom of the screen. Pull this out of our hand, shift right click, empty-handed again, and that's how much it can store. So right now this thing can store, I don't even know. What's the value on that? 64 times 32 times 32 times 32 times 32 times 32 times 32. That's a lot. It's a lot of storage. We will never need more than that. It's impossible. I don't even really think we need that many, but whatever. We've got 300 catalyzing glands already stored up. And we can do this with all the things. So like all of the different mob farm type things that we could set up here, we can do that with. So over time, as we continue to get more of these ultimate mob farms and then put mobs into them, we can continue to generate resources of those mob types. One I'd really like to get is charged creepers. I want to see if I can put them in there. I really want to be able to put them in there. I think we can. But that's going to require a whole bunch of setup for us to get to. But yeah, so that's basically how I do the largesse of automation that I've ever done in modded Minecraft, is using storage drawers to hold stuff, and then using either refined storage or AE2, AE, any of those, or ME. Yeah, ME. The matter energy storage, the other mod that does this, I've used those as the intermediary and also the storage of like the weird random things. So like all those chests that I have over there that are filled with just like random BS stuff, I'm just going to dump in here and not worry about. But anything else, I'm going to want to be putting inside of these storage drawers if I have a lot of them. But, folks, that being the case, I think we're going to have to go ahead and call it for tonight. That's a heck of a project that we've got done. I'm going to work on seeing what other stuff I can do, but I will see you guys next time. Please follow me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me here on Twitch. If you go ahead and follow me, subscribe to me here, it'll tell you every time I go live. And I will see you guys next time. Cheers, and thank you for playing with me.